hotel. He stopped. He said, "You get out now." I said, okay, getting out, man. Stop hassling me. I have the money, please, huh? He said, and I tried to get out. As I tried to move, the left leg, I found to my horror, was now paralyzed also. The toxin had taken the entire lower trunk out. I turned and said, "My legs are gone, man. Please help me, huh? I have the money." He said, "You get out now." I said, "I can't. My legs are gone." He took my safety belt off, opened the passenger door, and just shoved me out, eh? As I flew out the door, I couldn't believe what was happening. But I looked up to see that when I hit the ground, my legs didn't make it. My feet were still caught in the door sill of the passenger side of his taxi. He couldn't close the door. I watched him lean over from the driver's seat, shove my feet out, and look at me in the face in disgust, close the door and drive off. I thought, I don't believe it. Why on earth would a man do that? For $50, man. All he has to do is another 5-10 minutes up the hill and I'm in the hospital. As he took off, I lay there and thought, I don't want to live on this miserable planet. If that's how fellow man treats fellow man for 50 miserable bucks, I'm not afraid to die. If it's my time to die now, if my number's up, do yourself a favour, son, and die here. I'm sick of this place. Now I lay there thinking that's it. But as I lay there, one of the security guards in the hotel must have seen the taxi. So he ran out, shone his torch around the car park to see if there's any tourists coming late from the airport. Here I was on the ground in a crumpled heap. As he ran over, I heard the voice of a fisherman, one of the fishermen. I thought, that's Daniel. He said, I heard his voice saying, "Kisafarian, what happened to you, brother? Never see you like this. What you do on the ground, man? What you take tonight?" He thought I was drunk or stoned or something. And so he ran over, and he's my drinking buddy from the village. I didn't realise he was a security guard, you see. Did a bit of extra money on the side, you know. And so I pulled my sweatshirt up, showed him a scarred forearm. The moment he saw it, he realised, because he's a diver, he said, "Oh, Bisab." I went, oui, Daniel. He said, "Pardon, c'est fini for you. You dive with Simon tonight, Le Mans." I said, "Oui." He said, "Pardon," carrying me in his arms. He raced me to the hotel. Near the swimming pool, there was the bar, and the Chinese owners that ran the place had closed the bar, so all the tourists had gone to bed, but they were there gambling, playing mahjong amongst themselves, drinking whiskey. As these Chinese men looked at me, they said, "What's wrong with you? You drunk?" I said, "I'm not drunk. I'm dying. I need to go to Cutrawong Hospital. Please help me. I've been stung by a poisonous jellyfish." And as I'm speaking this, Danielle takes off into the night. As these men looked at me, I said, I'm trying to explain. I said, we don't understand you. What you say? We don't understand you. I said, my arm, I pulled my sleeve up. It had worked for my friend just a minute ago. Thought if they see my scars on my arm, they might realise I'm in serious trouble. So I pulled my sweatshirt up. They saw the scarred forearm. And the Chinese owner, he stood up, he said, "Oh, what you do, you stupid white man? You put the needle in the arm? Oh, the old man, he take the opium, huh? Well, Pat, why you put the needle in, you stupid white man?" I'm sitting there going, where's Danielle gone? These guys think I'm a drug addict, and I'm nearly dead. As I sit there, I see out of the corner of my right eye, my fingers start twitching. As I turn, I see muscle tissue between my knuckles going into spasms. Within a few seconds, my whole arm starts to tremble. It moves up into my face, and my teeth begin to literally be smashed into each other as my jaw goes out of control. Next minute, my entire face and body is in what I call the death rattles, muscular contortions, shaking to bits in front of them. As this deadly shaking's going on, I watch the Chinese men run towards me and try and hold me down. As they do, I'm throwing them off, like rag dolls. My body comes out of this deathly shakes, and I feel go through the core of my body an icy cold breeze, like very, very cold. I said, I'm freezing, man. They ran and got blankets. The old guy thought I must have taken a poison in my stomach. He tried to pour milk down my throat, at least he was thinking. As I'm sitting there, I feel the poison moving into my bone marrow, and not the poison but death, like an icy cold death, necrosis, moving into my bone marrow and coming up towards to my upper body. As I'm sitting there, I know if this necrosis hits my upper body, I'm going to die in front of them. I'm gone. I'm dehydrated, paralysed, muscular contortions, now necrosis setting in. At university, I'd done veterinary science as one of my subjects, and I did my degree in agriculture, so I knew from my own physiology I was in serious trouble. I had to get to the hospital. I turned, looked in the car park of the hotel, one vehicle. I recognised it instantly to belong to the Chinese owner who was now standing next to me. I said, sir, your car. Could you please take me to Katrawal Hospital or I'll die in front of you? Please help me, sir. I'm nearly dead, eh? Can you take me in your car? The Chinese man, he looked at his car. He put his hand on my shoulder. He said, oh, my car, huh? Cannot la. How come you so worried, white man, huh? We have ambulance for you. Don't worry, huh? Cannot take my car. We have ambulance for you. How come you so worried? How come I so worried? I'm about to die, mate. You ever feel like hitting someone?
Yes.
I mean, I'm not an angry person or a vindictive kind of, you know what I mean? I'm not. I'm pretty mellow, but I tell you what, I felt like punching his lights out. I sat there and every part of me thought, how can I rearrange his face? You know, you hate it when someone touches you? You know what I mean? They're just in your space. Well, there's not only in my space, it's in my face. I thought I'll hit him. I was just about to plant him one, but my arm wouldn't respond. My mind was saying, smash him. My hand wouldn't move. I thought, great, it's paralysed. I tried my left hand, it moved. I thought, what on earth could I do with my left hand before I died? I thought, my forehead. I could give him a headbutt. So I only play a lot of rugby at home, you know, I mean, every now and then you get in some pretty heavy stuff. So I'm about to rip him down into my forehead. As I'm about to do that, this voice comes again. It said, son, if you do that, the adrenaline rush will kill you. The toxin's too close to your heart. I thought, that's true. I looked away. I thought, if I survive this, I'll find you. I'm going to get you, Jack. You're history. I'm staring out here, controlling my anger, again wondering what this voice was. But it had literally just stopped me from killing myself. As I looked away, trying to control it, my anger, I watched my friend Danielle come sprinting towards me. Next to him, another security guard. As they grab me in their arms, they carry me towards the entrance of the hotel, and I see, as they're carrying me, the headlights of a small vehicle comes flying into the car park. As I see it come around, it's an ambulance. Small Renault with an ambulance written on the side of it. The guy that's driving it doesn't see us because his headlights miss us, and it was a Creole that rang them, so they thought the boys must be stoned or drunk or off their face, false alarm. The Frenchman driving it changed gear and drove out without even stopping. He didn't even come in. As he took off around the corner, I'm slung between my two friends watching this happen. I think you're in a Grand Prix or something? And I can't whistle. I'm dehydrated. My friend lets me go, chases after the guy whistling, doing a huge wolf whistle, trying to get the guy's attention. Fortunately, he stops him in the road before he gets up onto the main road. The guy backs up. The other security guard throws me in, gets me into the ambulance, and we take off. As we race towards the hospital, it's on a ridge, but they inadvertently put my feet in the front seat. My head's in the back seat. As I begin to climb the ridge to where the hospital is, the toxin that's now in my lower body starts to naturally drain down into my lungs, into my heart, and I feel it starting sweeping into my brain, and I feel compartments of my mind literally shutting down with the poison. It's a weird sensation, but I knew I was dying. As this continued to happen, I start to see on the inside of the ambulance what appears to be a small boy with white hair. I see sections of some kid's life with snow white hair. I then realise as I'm looking at it that this is me. This is sections of my own personal life. I thought, am I that close? With my mind, I did a mental check, you know what I mean, of my own vital signs. My mind told me I am very close to death. As I'm lying there, I think, well, I could be that close to death. I may not make it. I thought, if I don't make it and die before I get to the hospital, what would happen to me? Is there life after death? Or when a man dies, is that it? Finished. Cessation life. Well, as a heathen, as an atheist, I reckon when you died, it was all